Hey everyone, Dr. Kate's here. We've been talking a lot about hormones lately because of the Hormones, Health, and Harmony docu-series. And I wanted to share some exciting news and share and answer any questions you all have around hormones. I know many of you have been watching the Hormones, Health, and Harmony docu-series, which we had a replay last weekend. It's no longer available right now, but I do have a surprise for you. The surprise is and surprises are really hard for me in a lot of ways. I can keep secrets, but I sometimes have a hard time keeping these secrets and feeling good about it. So the surprise is that we have a bonus episode, number 10, for the Hormones, Health, and Harmony docu-series, another free episode for you to watch, and it is going to be airing tomorrow. So Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll be able to watch episode 10 of the Hormones, Health, and Harmony docuseries. Nobody has seen this yet, only myself and my team. So we're excited to share this with all of you. The way that you get a chance to watch the Hormones, Health, and Harmony docuseries episode 10 is to go to hormoneseries.com, hormoneseries.com, and you will go there, and then you need to put in your name and email, and we will send you an email tomorrow around 6 p.m. with the link to watch this episode for free. It's up for 24 hours for free, and so you'll be able to watch it. We wanted to put together a bonus episode because we typically do these, like the docu-series, we typically do them as 9 episodes, but we had so much great content, we just couldn't stop at 9. So we created this bonus episode, and there's some surprises in there for you. You'll be surprised by some of the information. And we talk about a hormone that most people don't even realize is a hormone. So we talk about that. We talk about a hormone that actually helps with decreasing inflammation in women and men. And we talk about certain lifestyle habits that play a role in a hormone balance. We talk about stress and how, what happens when you hit that point. Also, how for women, your period, how that provides clues and insights about your overall health. So if you're a woman that's still cycling, that could be really great for you. And I actually share my own personal favorite hormone. Different people will share what their favorite hormone is, which is kind of fun to hear people talk about what their favorite hormone is and why. So excited to share that. And if you guys are joining in, please tell me if you've watched the docu-series, and if so, what you've thought about it. And if you have symptoms that you think might be related to hormonal imbalances, let me know, and I will tell you, I can kind of fill you in. This is a lot about what we've been talking about in the docu-series, is that oftentimes people don't realize how much their hormones play a role in their health. But you have to remember, it's not just our sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And we don't want to be just concerned about our hormones when we're trying to get pregnant or we're going through menopause. Though, of course, those are important stages and transitions when we definitely want our hormones balanced. But there's so many other hormones like melatonin to help with your sleep, adrenal hormones to help with your resilience to stress and your ability to fight or fly. And then also we have things like leptin and ghrelin that help with our appetite. We have thyroid hormones that impact our metabolism. And then all of these then work in conjunction with our various other hormones, as well as our neurotransmitters. I was just interviewed for an anxiety summit today that's going to be coming up soon. And we talked a lot about the connection between mood and our emotional state and hormones and neurotransmitters. And it's really interesting because I think a lot of times people think of serotonin as just a neurotransmitter, but it's also a hormone. And it actually is primarily made in the gut. We talk about this in the docu-series, but I think it surprises a lot of people because when people think about neurotransmitters, you usually think they're created in the brain. And especially something that's related so much to our mood. But serotonin comes mostly from the gut. So that's one of the reasons why we talk a lot about gut health in this docu-series, including in episode 10. Um, so yeah, so it looks like we have with some comments here. Sarah's been sharing, she's sharing some things about being 38 and having a lot of symptoms, bleeding, insomnia, anxiety, hip and thigh, weight gain, dry skin, hot flashes. Yes, all of those symptoms can be related to hormonal imbalances. So, certainly, breakthrough bleeding or changes with your menstrual cycle are common, but not normal. Anything that is off with our menstrual cycle, if we're having heavy periods, irregular cycles, or too frequent, painful, there any of that, or we're missing periods, those are signs that something's out of balance. Now, you could be transitioning through menopause, and that could be some of the reasons why you're having those changes, but there are ways that we can ease through those transitions. And if you're having them well before you're 50, then there you might be going through perimenopause, which is when we have these changes like in our drop in our progesterone. So we want to do things there are things we can do naturally to help balance our hormones. So that's what we've been talking about in the docu series. And yeah, absolutely. Also, insomnia, our sleep is so related to our hormones. And our sleep, if we're not getting good night's sleep, that's going to make it harder to balance our hormones. So we get in this vicious cycle. So we definitely want our sleep on track. And if we don't balance our hormones, sleep can be really challenging. Anxiety, as I mentioned, yeah, mood can definitely be related to hormonal imbalances. And these imbalances can happen throughout our lives, from basically from puberty after menopause. We can still have changes in our hormones. And we are seeing young people even go through puberty early these days because of their exposure to hormone disrupting chemicals. So we're because of more of these. We start off with an early going through puberty early, and our hormones are already out of whack. And then as we go through different transitions, trying to get pregnant, trying to manage our periods, postpartum, perimenopause, menopause, all of these different stages can be really challenging. And also, when with hormone imbalances, it creates problem with our metabolism, our appetite, our weight, so many different symptoms and so many different issues. Weight gain absolutely can be related to hormones, especially thyroid, which we talk a lot about. Dry skin, that can be a sign of low thyroid disease. And of course, hot flashes are what we commonly consider when women has low progesterone, but also low estrogen. But sometimes when women first start getting night sweats and things like that, it could be even in her 30s, could be that drop in progesterone in relationship to other hormones, and especially estrogen. And then estrogen starts to decline as well, and that will create even more of these. So, and it's interesting because some women go right through menopause and don't have these symptoms. Some women get pregnant really easily and don't struggle. So, I mean, of course, some of this is genetics, and some of it we just have to work harder for. But there is a reason for this, and we need to get to the root cause of this and not just dismiss it as, oh, this is just normal and which is part of being a woman or part of getting older, or you're in a geriatric pregnancy because you're over 35. Oh, this is crazy talk. We need to respect women's bodies more and understand how hormones play a role in our health and what we can do naturally to support our hormones to ease us through symptoms and transitions and not just suffer through. The whole myth of just suffer through, that's a thing of the past. We do not want to buy into that misbelief anymore. Um, Roxanne is also sharing that she has all the symptoms that are related to hormone balance. So I get it, Roxanne. There are a lot of women in your position. So we want to get those balanced, get them in a good place. Got some other questions or comments here. So my joints and ligaments get inflamed after exercise. It takes me a long time to recover. Would that be related to hormone imbalance? It can be. I mean, what's interesting is when women get pregnant and those changes and surges in estrogen hormones it creates ligament laxity and changes in our joints and things. So, absolutely, we know that hormones are related to that. So, it can be related. Now, there are certainly a lot of other things that can be related to having painful joints and inflammation. A lot of that goes back to your gut, which is perfect with this question that I have up in here. How do you diagnose leaky gut syndrome? So let's talk about leaky gut for a moment because it's so important to balancing hormones. So our gut is crucial to our overall health. There's a lot of research out now on the gut brain connection, the gut brain skin connection, the gut hormone connection. We know there's a lot of connection there. And one of the things that can go off with the gut is leaky gut. And I know this sounds terrible. I like hyperpermeability of the digestive tract lining, but I know that's very medical sounding. So basically what happens is our digestive tract lining is somewhat permeable. And that is designed well because we want nutrients to slip through those little gaps into the bloodstream that go from our digestive system. But the problem is that leaky gut is those gaps become bigger than they should be. So then the gut becomes more permeable. That means that food particles actually slip through, get into the bloodstream. And then when the body sees those, it's like, oh, wait, that's something foreign, creates an immune reaction. So brings in all the fighters to fight off what this foreign substance is. So that creates an inflammation. It can lead to autoimmune conditions. It can create a lot of different issues in the body and create a trickle effect of a lot of the hormonal imbalances that we have and a lot of symptoms that we experience. Inflammation, pain, anything like that is going to be can be oftentimes associated with leaky gut. So what we want to do is we want to heal the digestive tract lining. I mean, first of all, is identifying, is that something that's going on for you? A lot of times we can do that based upon symptoms, but there are some lab tests that can help us determine if you have leaky gut, if you have a gut dysbiosis and an imbalance in the digestive tract and the system there and the microorganisms. But we can heal the digestive tract lining. Part of it is avoiding those things that are big triggers for us, and then healing with certain nutrients and herbs that will help with that. Um, Okay. So thank you all for joining us. I just wanted to really share with you this exciting announcement about episode 10 that's coming out tomorrow. So if you haven't already gone to sign up for the docu-series, hormoneseries.com, the 9-part docu-series is no longer available, but we do have a surprise bonus episode that's coming out tomorrow. So go to hormoneseries.com and put your name and email in so that tomorrow, as soon as we go live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have 24 hours to watch episode 10, and it is free. All you have to do is go and sign up to get the link and then go watch it. Let me know what you think. In this episode, I even have some of my colleagues look at my own lab results because it's so important for as doctors. I think it's oftentimes tempting for us to self-diagnose or self-treat, but it's usually a pretty bad idea to do that. And so I thought, well, it's great. I've got all these friends and colleagues around me. So I showed them my lab results. I had hormone tests, I had some toxic metal tests that I did, and some interesting things came up. So I am just revealing all in this. And so you'll get to learn about my test results, but more importantly, it gives an example of what could be happening for you. For someone like me, I think of myself as being pretty healthy. I don't really have a lot of symptoms, but I was under a lot of stress when I had this test done. So you'll see not everything was perfect with my own test results. So you'll learn about that when you watch episode 10. So, and I'm being a little vulnerable here with showing my own test results. Nobody's perfect. And so you'll like, get to learn about that. You get to hear about what is something that is oftentimes not realized, people don't realize as a hormone, but is. Learn some really interesting things about gut health, which I've touched on today, but you'll learn some more about that, like how much of our body is actually from gut bacteria. This is a really interesting thing. So, learn about that and how important our gut health is. Go to hormoneseries.com, sign up. I can't wait to see you all over there. It's available for 24 hours. Grab your girlfriends, watch this, tell all the women in your life. Doesn't matter how old you are, this is for you. So, go check it out. And I will touch base with you all tomorrow. Take care.